So I'm going to need Panther fans everywhere to do something with me right quick. We're going to go through an exercise, all right? We're going to pretend, you're going to pretend that you're a player. And you're going to have the mindset of a player right now. Where when they go, we're just going to watch the tape and we're going to flush it. That's what I would like you to do as a fan after the 27-10 loss that just took place out on this field by the Seattle Seahawks. Your boy, Sam Darnold, coming out here and making it a little bit harder for the Panthers to get to the playoffs. I'm going to ask you to flush that. Because you got to keep all of this in perspective if you're a Panther fan. Of which I am, by the way. I cover it, but I'm also a fan. Straight up. You're at 8 wins. You're in a position to win the division and get to the playoffs for the first time since 2017. And you have, so we'll get to that piece in a minute. But looking at the game itself, the thing that I want you to flush, I get why it can be frustrating because you hold Seattle to 3 in the first half, all the while you're watching Quinn Ewers do the damn thing to Tampa Bay down in Miami, and you see this golden opportunity right in front of you at home to just go ahead and get it over with. Go ahead and lock up the division, lock up the playoffs, sit the starters next week in Tampa Bay, and just get it over with. It's right there. However, and hey, the defense did its job, so you're watching that. And then, of course, the offense can't get the juice going. Now, to be fair, Seattle is a top 10 defense, a top 3 rush defense in the NFL, and they are the best team in the NFC, so let's kind of keep that into our calculations as well when we're talking about this. But some of you, they never really got the juice going. It was 3-3 at the half. Bryce ran in a touchdown late, but not before throwing his first interception since the San Francisco Monday night game, and then before that, back to the theme of the defense doing its job, Mike Jackson down in the end zone picked off Sam Darnold. First play on offense, Chuba Hubbard fumbles. And initially it was taken in for a score. It was overruled and just ruled a fumble. Seattle gets the ball back. So not a great showing offensively, obviously, for the Panthers. But, you know, some of you with the Bryce Young stuff, like, dude, it's so exhausting because is he somebody that's going to just put you on his back every week and throw for 300-some yards and 3 touchdowns? No, that's not what he's been. That's not his game. That's not what he does. You're going to have games like today, here and there. But then on the other half, you're going to get, 200-yard performances, give or take, a couple of touchdowns, a lot of rushing, because that's part of the Panthers' identity. And when that's happening, it's firing on all cylinders. And you know what you are getting in Bryce Young? And what you have gotten? 12 game-winning drives that have put you in position late in the fourth quarter to win games. Clutch type stuff. A large reason why the Panthers are in the position they are with 8 wins and a position to go to and a potential to go to the playoffs for the first time since 2017. So, we're not talking about extending Bryce right now. You're not talking about that, but he's not a scrub either. And some of you, it's just like, dude, it's exhausting. But now getting to the bigger picture. So you go to Tampa Bay, of which you beat them last week out on this field, and it's winner take all, because if Tampa Bay wins and you have identical records at 8-9, well, they have the tiebreaker over you with common opponents. So it's winner take all, do or die. Got to get it. It's a playoff game for both of these teams. And the advantage that the Panthers have, which is why Panthers fans should flush this one and feel optimistic, is because they have this trend going, and it's a real thing, where ever since week 2, where they lost the first 2 weeks of the year, they have won, then they've lost, then they've won, then they've lost, and they've been in bad situations, like after getting blown out by the Bills, then you go to Lambeau and you beat the Packers, another one of the top teams in the NFC. Then you take a terrible loss to the Saints out here at home, you go to Atlanta and put up a gem of a win down there. You come back from the Monday night game in prime time against the Niners, where Bryce looked pretty bad, and you beat one of the other top 2 teams in the NFC, the LA Rams. So you've got enough of a sample size to feel pretty good. Now, you don't want to take anything for granted. You don't want to expect anything, but you should feel good. And I can tell you, as somebody was in the locker room, a while ago, this is a team that still understands the assignment. They know what's up, and they know what they got to go do down in Tampa Bay next week. And I think you should feel pretty good about their chances, because Tampa Bay is a team that's imploding more and more by the week. So they lose today to Miami, which is why you had this opportunity right in front of you, but they've lost 4 straight. They lost today against Miami. They lost here against the Panthers. They lost against the Falcons. They lost against the Saints. And it's just not going very well while the Panthers have this trend, of course, is going back and forth and rising to the toughest of occasions a lot of times this year, which this is the biggest of all, with a shot to go to the playoffs. So you got that next week down in Tampa Bay, winner take all. They don't get it done here against Seattle, 27-10, but massive game. And just the fact that you're in this position, J.C. Horn said it in the locker room, the fact that you're even in this position after 5 wins and 2 wins the year before that, you got 8 wins now, and you got a chance to go to the playoffs and host a playoff game. That's pretty damn cool, and Panthers fans should appreciate that.